So check this out. I decided to pull over, do me a little exercise, and do this vlog, and just share some things that's on my mind. And maybe with me doing that, it can help some of you guys as well as it has helped me. Now I'm headed home. I'm in my truck. And I just got through talking to a family member. You know, I'm the one in the family. I am 51 years old now. Let me say that. 51 years old. And I'm the one in the family that's, so to say, I got a little bit more patience. And I had to learn to have those patience. So let me just get myself together. I'm not going to do no editing on this video. And I was deciding whether I should put this video of what I'm going to talk about as I pull back off and ride. Whether I'm going to put this on my trucking channel or am I going to put it on my Osmo Pocket 3 video content channel. So I'm going to link that channel in the description. Matter of fact, I'm going to just put both of them down there because I don't know which one I'm going to put this video on, but it'll be content on there for basically all the channels I got, and I figure I'll just go ahead and chop it up. But I'm going to leave the links to all my other channels on this video right here. And let me say this before somebody asks. The reason why I did it that way because I got a couple other channels and I do different things. You know, this is my trucking channel. I got a channel also that I do on music. I do music, and I got the Osmo Pocket 3 channel, which I just created that channel from just straight up vlogging and giving out my advice. So let me just keep it moving, get myself together. I'm just gonna let the camera roll, and I do a little cutting up and editing to actually place whatever portion I think go on whatever channel. Whether it's the music channel, because I might slip off and talk about some of that, which I don't plan to, or just straight up thoughts, which something I will just put on my vlog channel. So now bear with me. Grab this little mic so you can hear me very well. And let me just hop out 1 second, stretch, and I'll be right back in. I am at a truck stop where I'm actually at a rest area. I think I'll give y'all a glimpse of that. Check out where I'm at. Let me just do that. Well, you can't see that much, but bring that back around to me. Stop that, and I'll come back in. Let me just get these settings right, because I got a couple things I want you guys to hear, so hold tight. Alright, let me just grab my little magnet. So I'll put this microphone on my shirt. Now let me say this, if you get this Osmo Pocket 3, I just bought another set of magnets. But trust me, you will lose these little magnets if you don't think to take them off. When you get through vlogging or, you know, doing your headshots or whatever you're gonna be doing with it. Because they so small, once you pull the microphone off your shirt, you will forget you got that little magnet behind your shirt, and it's gonna just fall off. I just want to make sure I got enough light in here and not ride with no lights on, you know what I mean? I think this out. I got this thing on low light mode. Now let's hit it. And look at that. I think I'll just take that magnet back off and just put this over the seatbelt. So like if you're moving fast, I promise you, you will forget that that microphone is attached to this little small magnet. So that's right at my mouth, so I know you're asking him to do it. But check this out. This video is about a little wisdom and knowledge and guidance and courage and understanding. Something I prayed for. We're gonna jump on a lot of subjects. But the first subject I want to jump on is 7 things that I prayed for. And I open my hands like cups whenever I ask the universe for something. There's a lot going on in this world today. And I just want to tell people, man, that don't push so hard to have something when at the end of the day, it don't mean nothing. Make sure it means something to you and something that you're going to use and something that's going to last in your life. Don't be doing it to impress nobody. But I'm going to give you something. Pray for wisdom, knowledge, guidance, courage, understanding, discernment, and love. What is this guy doing? Oh, he's getting ready to pause. They had spread it out all kind of ways out here. He's trying to pull up on that curve over there. But my head kind of scrambled because I got so much I want to say. That's why I'm saying this video might be divided up in different sections, and some of it might go on my trucking channel, being that I'm in my truck. Some of it might go on my vlogging channel, and a couple of other channels I got, I might piece some pieces and put it on some of the reels. But pray for wisdom, knowledge, guidance, courage, and understanding. And also for safety, if you want to know, I got the Osmo Pocket 3 on the suction cup mount, and it's in my window. Therefore I can keep my eyes on the road and I can kind of talk to you guys at the same time. So, first thing we want to talk about, a subject that most people are scared to touch, but I'm not. Like I said, I'm 51 years old and I've experienced a whole lot, so either you like what I say, you don't like what I say, either you're gonna agree with what I say or you're not gonna agree with what I say. But I'm gonna give you some survival tips that I have had. Look how fast this guy's coming. Survival tips that I done had and things that I done asked for and I done seen it manifest. Once again, wisdom, knowledge, guidance, courage, understanding, discernment, and love. Now, the more wisdom and knowledge you gain, the more sadness and sorrow it brings. Let me say it again. The more wisdom and knowledge you gain, the more sadness and sorrow it brings. Because when you start getting wise in something and knowledgeable in something, it allows you to see things different. So we, so to say, have a veil over our face. And once that veil is removed, you start seeing things differently than you seen them at first. Okay, when it comes to God, I think the Muslims call him Allah. You got Jehovah's Witnesses call him Jehovah, the Most High. And other ethnicities, I don't know what they call the Creator. Let's just say the Universal Architect. Don't nobody truly know. My thoughts on it is, whatever created us gave us a brain. And I am gonna have to pull over because I don't know what that is rattling like that, but it's getting on my nerves. So I'll cut my flashes on right here and I'm gonna pull over right quick and stop that rattling. And then I will continue back with what I'm saying. is a flock of deers out here. Where them deers come from? What we got here? Hopefully I don't stop that rally. There's a TV mount back there. So I just had to strap it to make sure it stopped rattling. Alright, come on, buddy. Y'all see my blink on? And some of these truck drivers out here drive like maniacs, man. Gotta be careful out here on this road. If you got any family that be out here on this road driving four-wheelers, cars, that is, tell them, do not ride on the side of these trucks. Do not ride directly in the back of them because we can't see you in these mirrors. And if you're in the front of us, do not go to slamming on your brakes thinking it's going to get you a check. They ain't finna be able to get your ass a one-way ticket up out of here. But anyway, let's get on the God thing, right? They got a Bible out, and I done read the Bible. And to my understanding, I done read, not all of it, but I done been through it. I think I done been through the whole Bible, but I had studied everything I read out of the Bible. It's supposed to be the one book that we're supposed to be guided by. The words are supposed to be inspired by God, which all words are inspired by God. If you ask me, I give the Creator, Jehovah, what I choose to call the Most High, all the credit for the universal architect. Whatever put a brain inside head done it all. So when people say they waiting on God to do this, waiting on God to do that, I don't think it's gonna happen. Not in my experiences. What's gonna happen is you're gonna have to get up and get out and do it yourself and use your brain to think it out. So that's why I say the 7 things I prayed for, I tell you to pray for them. And you really talking to yourself because you ain't getting no answers back from God. But through the things that's happening, you can give God the credit because you put the brain in your head. Let's say that. People say God is good all the time. Then I had a conversation with a couple of people that say, well, why this happened to this child or that child, or why this accident happened, why God didn't come down and stop it? Who to say God is up? Who to say God is down? Once again, I think our Creator, whatever created us, gave us a brain to handle it and do it ourselves and go off our actions. Not waiting on Him to do it, or waiting on her to do it, or waiting on it to do it. We got the brain to do it. So you look at all the things that man has done on this earth today, he did that with his brain. Not by praying to God. God already put that brain in you. I think everything you do is a counted footstep toward what you want and what you did. You just gotta stay focused, and that's the power that we got. The power lies within. So when we're looking on the outside for this higher consciousness, it's actually right inside of us, inside of our head. Because can't nothing happen or won't nothing happen unless you make the initial move first. And then we have to learn from our mistakes. That's our wisdom and our knowledge. That's our lessons. And some people don't learn from their wisdom and their knowledge, from their trials and tribulations that they don't went through. Let me say it this way. Some people don't gain the wisdom and knowledge from the trials and tribulations that they went through, and they wind up falling back into the same pit. Let me say that. Because lessons are made to be learned for. And the definition of insanity is to constantly keep repeating something over and over again, thinking you're going to get different results. It ain't going to happen that way. Now, I'm going to jump subjects with you. It's 3 games in life that I have learned, and I apply those to my life. Checkers, chess, and Monopoly. All these are on square boards. Man, I wish y'all could see what I see. I can't be touching on that camera with mine. I wish I had a little button where I can just flip it around and let y'all see some of this action out here. But I think I'll get my GoPro and sustainably record so y'all can see how my one just as well as see me as I commentate what I'm seeing. But there are 3 boards, right? And each one of these boards are they're square boards. Now let's start out with number 1, checkers. With checkers, if you have ever played that board, one of your main goals is to try and get crowned, meaning you'll sacrifice all your other pieces, all your other color pieces to get crowned, because once you get crowned, you get a chance to move all around the board and move like you want to move. You basically going to dominate the board once you get crowned. So I had to move checkers out of the way because I equate checkers to the streets. And if you move like that out here on this man-made concrete, and stay with me because I'm going to give you side notes of what I'm saying. If you move out here on this man-made concrete, on this jungle, like you move on a checkerboard, you're going to miss something because you're moving too fast and you sacrificing so many of your own pieces to get to a position that when you finally get that position, you'll see you out there by yourself because you done used all your team to get one piece. So therefore, we got to strategize and think. And when I say concrete jungle, if you think about the streets, man-made concrete from this wonderful brain that we have, but the concrete is laid over the jungle. I hope somebody got that. Let's say it this way. If you move all the concrete, this was once a jungle. That's why we see animals, deer, squirrels, certain animals running across the street up. They just coming out of their environment, stepping on something that is not natural. Concrete is natural for man, but not natural for animals. They used to stepping on trees, woods, grass, gravel. You dig what I'm saying? So, once again, man has laid concrete over the jungle. So, I think that the spirit of the jungle is still here. It's just done been smoothed out for man to see a vision of what he made. So when you have certain things happening in certain areas and you want to watch certain things happening in certain areas, that spirit is still there, the jungle, and the jungle is wild. One thing I know about animals is they don't come out their environment unless they're trying to survive. It's survival tactics. You know what I'm saying? I think humans are the smartest, dumbest creatures that the Creator created. Let me say that, and I know it might sound crazy, but I think humans are the smartest, dumbest creatures because we got a brain to learn from our mistakes, and we still don't learn from our mistakes. A majority still repeat the same pattern over and over and over again. Okay, I ain't gonna bore you with that. Let's get to the next game. Remember, all these games I'm speaking of was made on square boards. The next one we're gonna say is Monopoly. All right. Once you get on the Monopoly board, the dealer gives you $200 to get you started. Now, I equate the $200 to income tax check time. And what do most people do with their income tax check? The first thing they do, out of working for 12 months, is they blow it. A majority of people blow that money instead of taking that money and trying to figure out a way with that wonderful God-given brain on how they can take that income they done got at one time and invest it where you can make it come back to you all throughout the year. It's a simple concept, but notice you have to be taught that. And that's what I think these games are for. These games are, once again, just like the Bible, inspired by God to teach other human beings. These are the ways of life, right? So think about it. You get on that square board, the dealer gives you $200. That's income tax check time. Now, on that first stretch on that square board, and like everything is made on the square, windows, the tile, everything is made on the square. Just look around where you're at right now if you listen to your phone, whatever. The first intersection is a man in a jailhouse. So what that tells me through my experiences, that anybody can wind up in a situation if they don't think. You gotta be careful who you hang around. You gotta be careful who you bring in your environment. And you just gotta think. Once again, to go back to that brain, you gotta think before you move, because behind every action is a reaction. Woo. Man, I hope somebody heard that. See, I'm driving a truck every day. So every day I get up in this truck, to somebody that don't know me and see how I drive, they'll think it's an easy task because I done mastered timing, I done mastered safety, because I done been out here so long and I done seen a whole lot of accidents that done corrected them a lot of the ways that I was thinking. You got to be able to use your peripherals out here. See, everything is going to relate to each other. That's why I say stay with me. So we on the Monopoly board right now. I don't want to go too far off the subject. We're talking about the man at the jail. The man that's in jail on the first intersection of the board. And I'm going to try and keep this video under 10 minutes, all right? You got to be careful who you hang around. You got to be careful about the steps you make, and you got to think about everything you do, which that relates to chess. You got to think on every move you make before you make that move, or you'll wind up in that jailhouse. Okay, what is the rest of the board made for on this concrete jungle? It's made for investing. You go broke buying property or investing on that board, so when somebody else land on your investment or land on your property, you will never go broke because they're gonna have to pay you. Whether you rent a home or whether they gotta pay you for landing on the property, that's what that game is telling me. Now I'm gonna move along and get to chess, which coincides with both of the games I named at first, checkers and the Monopoly. With chess, the king is the most powerful piece on the board, but he can only move one space at a time. So I said on the board. But in life, who is the most powerful piece? They give it to you on the chessboard. And it's the woman. She can move all around the board. So what him and her has to do? They gotta think before they make their move. You know he gotta think because he can only move one space at a time and she can move all around the board. So now we done eliminated checkers and you thinking now. So thinking gonna coincide with the Monopoly board. I hope somebody get what I'm saying. I'm making this as legible as I can make it. Everything in life that you do, you're gonna have to think before you do it. And when you say you pray, right? Who are you talking to? Talking to yourself. Because our Creator, when people say God is good all the time, how you figure? When somebody just had an accident that they weren't intending to have. Somebody just got strung out on drugs because they were weak-minded and not strong enough to turn it down when somebody offered it to them. I think, once again, that our Creator has given us a brain to be gods of a small God. Meaning, if you use your head, if you use your brain and think before your actions, everything will come out right. And let me toss this in there. No material thing that you didn't come into this world with, which you didn't come into this world with nothing, is leaving and going with you. I've been living for 51 years, and I have yet to see a U-Haul truck traveling behind a hearse. And if it is, the stuff ain't gonna last, because if it go in the ground, it's gonna melt during right away. So it still ain't going with you. So I think people put too many emphasis on material things. And man has gotten so evil that since the beginning of time, let's say since the beginning they made a TV, they toss all this stuff into your face like dangling candy in front of a baby, showing you what you can have and how you can have it and how bad it's gonna make your life. But at the end of your life cycle, ain't none of it going with you. It's like having a house or a car that's never yours. You still gotta pay taxes, you still gotta pay for a tag, you still gotta pay for insurance. And if you don't do these things, they come take it away from you, so it's not yours. You're only occupying things for a certain amount of time. That's it. Ain't no if, and, buts about it. But I wanted to do this vlog, and I got a ton of things that I want to talk about. And like I said with this, I didn't want to go too far out there because I'm in my truck, so I want to tell these up-and-coming drivers that's coming out here, people that want to know about driving, or people that want to know about certain things of the world. Remember this, and people live the same way all over the world, they just do it differently. It's just like that Bible. There's nothing new under the sun that hadn't already been done. So when you use your wisdom and your knowledge from your experiences and you read it, you will see that these are experiences that other men and other women have had, that when you see it, you automatically know. So everything is inspired by a Creator. You a Bible, I'm a Bible. We just have to learn from our mistakes, learn from our trials and tribulations, and not repeat the same thing 3 times. 1 time, yeah. Twice you done learned. The 3rd time, you're being foolish and ignorant and stupid. But I want y'all to stay tuned in to this channel. Like I said, I think I'm gonna put this on my vlog channel. I might upload some bits and parts on my trucking channel. And I ain't got into too much of that trucking stuff, but I'm a vlog, man, to get out some of this wisdom, man, because I got a lot of it to share. I got a lot of wisdom to share. And to my understanding on the way I've been living my life, the more you give, the more you receive. And that's not just financial. You know, I made it to see 51 years old when I was told I wouldn't make it to see 25. And I had some tragedies that happened in my life, but I made it. And I have learned from my mistakes, I learned from other people's mistakes, and I learned from people's mistakes that I see. I just learn. And when I learn, I capitalize on what I learned, and I don't make those same mistakes. And we all subject to make mistakes because we're not perfect. None of us are perfect. But what'll make your life a whole lot easier and a lot smoother is don't get caught up with the Joneses, so to say. Don't get caught up in what somebody else got that you don't have. Don't let that get you. Because if you do, you're gonna be living, you're not living for yourself, you're living for other people. And no matter how many material things you get, no matter how much money you get, I'm a living witness. It don't make you happy, especially if you ain't got nobody to share it with. And the saying is, it's lonely at the top. It's not lonely at the top, as long as you know who you are. It's as long as you got God. When you got God, you got yourself. And remember this right here. Put yourself first before anything. Before you feed anybody, put yourself first. Because if you don't put yourself first, and that's not selfish thinking, how you gonna be able to take care of anybody else around you? Self first. And I'm gonna leave y'all with this, and I'm gonna pick back up on another vlog. Hopefully somebody learned something of what I said, and I know the energy that I get out, I know it's gonna come back to me. That's just the way the universe works. You cut the grass, it's gonna grow back. You cut your hair, it's gonna grow back. You know what I'm saying? You cut your facial hairs, you cut your underarm hairs, it's gonna grow back. So everything repeats itself. There's nothing new under the sun that hadn't already been done. I'm gonna leave y'all with this. Ask the universe for wisdom, knowledge, guidance, courage, understanding, discernment, and love. You gotta have love to be able to handle all the things you're gonna see once that veil be removed off your face. But this is the great one. I'm signing out. Black Jesus. Y'all stay blessed. Tune into the channel, subscribe. I got a lot more I want to share with you on all subjects.